Connected to Oliver's iPhone.
Good evening, everybody. This is not expected, usually for this such Instagram channel. I've been kindly given 5 days to detail some of the artists that I dig in various different guises. E.g., not just fine artists. I know this is called daily contemporary art, or is it art? Oh gosh. Anyway, apologies, Benjamin, but also thank you, Benjamin, or the Delta Finian gang for letting me do this, because this is a first, but we are in rather odd times, aren't we, everyone? So yeah, I'm talking to a wonderful filmmaker who's currently in Berlin, Steve Glashier, who I've been fortunate to meet and hang out with. Gosh, these oil prices. So he's been in the music video creation game since 2003, so we've seen the rise of, switching from more analog means of making films to cheap video, mini DV, notably the Sony Z1, where things kind of kicked off for him with some pretty crazy videos around that period of time, which I'll get into on the conversation. Hopefully he's requested to join. All right, I'm rambling. So, be here any second. Good evening, good sir.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm going to turn you around so you can face the screen. I'm good.
Good stuff.
Give me 1 second.
This is probably a very bad time today to use the internet now that everyone's using it, but we'll persevere.
Trying to be alive. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can indeed.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, you can hear you pretty well.
Alright. Okay, so... Yeah. What do you want to know?
I don't know if you were listening. I'm guessing you were.
I caught the end of it.
Caught the end. I think I was basically just saying, when we had a chat the other day in advance of this, 2003 is your kind of entry year, isn't it?
Yeah, really sort of like pissing around and doing mates videos for that first few years, and probably 2006 before I sort of got properly commissioned. That wasn't a mates thing.
Yeah. But this was enabled by the Sony Z1, right?
Yeah, it was first sort of consumer camera to sort of come on, and we had enough money to buy one and literally play around. I was living in Brighton at the time. It was pretty much the centre of the earth for music. And so we just done things. I had friends like Bonobo and Bubbly Jews and Will Quantic and all these people. So yeah, we just made videos for friends without any expectation or looking for a job at all. It was just something to do with your day.
And I'm just wondering, does the photography precede video?
No, comes after.
Okay.
It's purely born out of, because I suppose the Z1, I shot everything myself and I was involved. And then as the budgets get higher and I'm only using a Z1, everyone wants to see everything on a nice camera. I don't really have the technical ability, so you end up with a lot of DOPs, and a lot of them would just tell me I couldn't do things.
Sure.
So it became a necessity to be able to pick up that camera and do what I wanted.
Sure. Which is probably the best way in a way.
Well, yeah, you learn something for life. It's the equivalent of being a plumber or something. You've got a skill.
Yeah.
When you're told to do at school, get trained.
Yeah. That's certainly true. Because having sort of look back at your sort of body of work, it seems to get more and more photographically kind of centric in a way, but then it's also kind of then has an interest in sort of landscapes more, I think.
I think it's sort of just like me knowing that I wanna sort of do more and that sort of thing. I think I'm sort of interested in documentary stuff, and I'm getting the opportunity to travel, so I start. Actually, what turns up on screen are these pictures, actually, which were in a riot in Rome on the end of a little holiday. And I think, you know, they were quite inspiring and things like that to sort of, you know, so you just sort of get it, and then I suppose they just feed each other as I know more. Yeah, it's just about sort of somewhat learning constantly.
Yeah.
And the opportunity to sort of, you know, be places with people, and, you know, then little things like this one's in Austin, Texas, and, you know, just fucking around and capturing stuff, and, you know, you see shit in the end, and I think that's what your job, you spend your time like training your eye, really.
Yeah.
Shoot, you know, this is shot is like in Ghana. I've run back to the car to get a battery. I haven't even stopped. I've shot that as I'm running, and I don't even remember taking the picture or anything. And you just like come back, and 2 weeks later, because it's on film, all on film, you're like, oh, shit, what was that? When you sort of piece it together. Yeah, I like being in the middle of shit more than anything. It's sort of, you know, random times, and then, you know, as that goes on, people sort of buy into that as a thing, and, you know, you develop something from that, and I suppose them two things are quite parallel. You know, I was taking pictures on video shoots, so I had a reference for what 35mm would look like in that situation.
Yeah. I was going to ask about your cameras. Has it been a specific kind of, you know, brand you stuck with, or what's going on there?
To be honest, like, I've bought and been through every camera and done all that shit, and these ones I'm flicking through now are all on a Canon EOS 1N, which is like a 1980s press camera.
Right.
And, you know, it just works. The light meter is exactly what it says. That one's a medium format. But yeah, it's that on portrait. To be honest, 400. There isn't really much else going on, as much as I would like. That's a medium format. Like to change it. I piss around, spend money, pretending I've got something going on with a new camera, just to give yourself an excuse to buy it. And then you just end up back at the drawing board with the camera that is the workhorse, that you know what it does. I think that's the main thing. You're trying to capture something in the moment, and you're spending money on film, so it has to be good.
Yeah.
And most of these shots are probably 50mm lens as well.
So I guess it's not far off that kind of, what was the thing that sort of that classic Leica, it's a 35mm, isn't it, that with Henri Cartier-Bresson or what?
Yeah, that thing just does exactly what you want it to do, and like, you know, that's a big old heavy camera for back at that time, but I think, you know, I think it's just, the thing you want is the thing that's closest to you at the end of the day. It's ridiculous. Everyone said it, and I think it's just what you need is just something you know inside out. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have to, like, I know what every setting is on that camera. And, like, you know, I've had it 7-8 years, and only recently I found a little flap on the side that's sort of done something. I don't know what it does. Some buttons in. That's awfully nice. Christmas.
Sorry, yeah, I'm trying to. Sorry.
So you're smarting yourself up for the table.
Yeah, I thought things are so miserable at the moment, and I you know, dare I say, is there going to even be Christmas this year?
This was the last time you felt good, yeah?
Yeah, happy Christmas. I actually stole this, I shouldn't say that, from John Lewis, but I didn't think anyone else was going to buy it.
No one else is going to buy it. No one bought it, he just stole it.
I've got matching trousers, and it's actually my only suit.
Of course. be silly without.
Yeah, definitely. What was I going to say? So it must have been an interesting kind of bit, because you made something called the Corsa Report, which was what year?
It was 2006. It was the sort of start of the internet. No one was doing music, sort of television, and I really liked music television. I thought it was good, and it sort of like and I thought there was a space for it. And my friend Russ was hanging around the office, and it was sort of, we liked music. We were music fans at the end of the day. And I think, and we was in Brighton, so you had the Maccabees, the Foals, all these things, and we were seeing we were seeing Dan the Sag and Scribbles Bit, Kate Nash, and all that was sort of like coming along at that time, and we just went to do it on a whim, and it worked. And it was the first thing, 2007, yeah. And it was the first sort of music show on the internet, and we were doing it really well as well. And we went from there to Mercury Awards, to London Fashion Week, Festival, and done lots of very prestigious things for a long time, 5 years in total. We done that alongside making music videos. But, it was definitely a time to end it.
Yeah.
When we did, we were quite messy by the end of it.
Did you capture the end of New Rave? Was that in
basically it is probably Jamie and that winning, the Claxons winning the Mercury Awards, and, the footage pretty much of that, like the interviews, have probably never been seen because they're so fucking wasted.
Yeah.
Like sort of a load of ecstasy goes round in half time where everyone's eating dinner, and I think Jamie's got a broken foot at the time, and he misses the bottom step after the award, and you just see him just rushing off his tits where that pain's something to deal with, and we were just, we shouldn't have been amongst all that sort of mess, and it was a really good time for music, and London. It was,
definitely. I mean,
everything, it really blew up, and we were over that show. We had, was getting people like Scribbles Bit, like the Maccabees, like Florence the Machine, Kate Nash, Poema Faith, all before they broke, and we probably got Foals, all them people probably got their first actual gigs. Yeah. Recorded on 4 cameras, and it was weird.
The fact you mentioned the Foals, for me, is a bit of unfortunately, I have a funny story that goes with the Foals. Not funny, but it's one of those stories, which I'll quickly recall. So basically, I don't know if you knew Beans on Toast and Dave Danger and all that gang.
No, it doesn't ring a bell.
They were the guys who lived in Nambucca, down in London, and which was where like the Kooks shot that video for whatever that big tune was, and they were kind of like an epicenter of it, and they kind of moved around. Anyway, they put on a big gig at the Forum, and they had Foals headlining, and I was like, oh, well, I've got to go to that. This has been incredible. This must have been 2008. No, maybe later than that, actually. Sorry, maybe it's even 2011. I think it's when my grandma died, actually, 2011. So I had next day was my grandma's funeral. And you do not want to go to a family member's funeral on a come down.
No.
I learned that the real tough way, and I had to do all the speaking. I had to read this 3 or 4 page speech, and it was just a nightmare. It was raining, and it was a Jewish funeral, so I'm standing outside, and they have this weird thing where the people that come are put in an area that's covered, and the person speaking is like standing outdoors. So I'm getting pissed on, and I'm having a come down, and then I catch the sight of my uncle, who's told me at the start of the funeral this story about how he went to a humanist funeral when it was raining, and there was a fat bloke at the front of the funeral, and he fell into the fucking pit. And apparently damaged the coffin, so they had to pause the funeral. So they caught sight of my uncle, I burst into hysterics, and I've got all these people who are, they're mourning for my grandma. It was such a weird day. Anyway, back to you, sorry. Not necessary. Yes, no, I mean, that's definitely a fascinating time for all sorts of kind of British kind of culture.
I think it was the birth of the internet. It's still MySpace before Facebook had a hold, so it was, it wasn't really filtered in any way, and, it was people still finding music for themselves, really, without the blogs and all them things existing and being the funnel that sells it, like the magazines and everything did in the past. And so it was very unique, and we would trawl the fucking internet for people we thought were good, and then just go and film them and do stuff and try to support something that, we felt might lead on to something. And I think, that's the testimony of that period is, like, we caught everyone on the rise. And they were fucking amazing. And, this is like Foles and Yanis, where he's still, at the point he still can't look at the audience. He's looking across stage and things like that. So
it's when they were a math rock band, and that's what everyone loved. It was like, wow, someone's doing this.
And and like watching the Maccabees, was like sometimes I probably saw them twice in a day, and like they were one of the most exciting bands.
I remember.
You just got, like the White Brothers like flanking Orlando on there, and you're just like. It's like a Clash or something for me. It was just like, you're fucking amazing. Everything about you, and they're playing to 30 people, and then years later they're like, and all these bands we shot at the beginning, and then 3-4 years later they're all done their albums, and they're all Mercury nominated albums. So we're experiencing that bit of time with them as well. So I think it was quite nice to sort of keep revisiting these people at different points in their career, and when you go back and Screw Biscuit and that, and
when you first heard Screw Biscuit, you're like, oh my fucking god, this is incredible.
It was like fucking mind blowing. It was and I had sort of pretty much, I was mainly doing the pop report at that point, and I didn't really want to make videos, and I think he had an idea for a video, and he wanted from God to Man. And he just came to Brighton and was like, you need to do this, and we can make this video. I can't be there, we're on tour. Can you just do it? And, it was for Sunday Best Records. And like,
how did you like that so well?
Catherine's Dairy.
Pardon?
I think it was a really nice day.
I was going to say, it was a really nice day, but it was almost artificially nice.
I think we just got lucky and thrown a few bits in here and there, but I think it might have been, I can't remember much about that video. It was a really busy time, but I really enjoyed working with them too, and I remember how incredibly supportive, and the record label wanted some changes to the video, and Dan just chiming in on the email, just going, we're not a fucking pop band, the video is perfect as it is, it's signed off, and you just, that was my start, and like, I was having that level of support from the artists, and it was only as then budgets got bigger, there became more distance between me and, I suppose the machine that, what it fucking is at the end of the day. It's the machine, and it's put in place to sell records and not facilitate your stupid ideas or your whims or whatever you want, really. So it's a tricky one. You sort of go from being an artist to a chump a little bit. But that's a fucking job at the end of the day. It's someone's money, you're being employed, and
the romanticism comes out of it when it starts getting all grown up, doesn't it?
Like, everyone's got to have an opinion because they've got to justify their place or their role within the system and their job and that sort of thing. So, you wouldn't not say anything. So everyone says something, and the more people, the more changes.
Well, too many cooks and too many people that aren't in a position to appraise it artistically, unfortunately.
A lot of people that don't have the skill or the know-how or the knowledge or even interested in the visual arts work within the visual arts. and it's fucking tragic. But, you know, as I see on this feed, it's a lot of illustrators, and, you know, you just sort of look at that work on there and you're like, shit, these people are in such control over everything they do in these bits of work. And it becomes really interesting as you flick through their feeds and you're like, wow, you are exactly what you want to be or on the way. And I like that level of control. And you know, I suppose that's what I get from the photography a lot of the time. Where the video becomes a lot more subjective because of someone's music.
There is that. It's almost that weird catch-22 that, you know, the more autonomy you have, the less possible resources you might have to make it to a scale you want it to be. That's a good thing.
I think you just end up with a lot of, you know, people's ideas and people's that, and everyone wants to say, and some people are visually literate, some aren't, and that's it. And some people get the story, and half the band do, or, you know, there's a lot of shit going on. I feel like, you know, a lot of my job is to try to communicate with whoever wrote the song and like what them people are, you know, just trying to make sure you're like, you know, because everyone has this assumption that a band don't know what they wanted for their music video, or they haven't got any real ideas, and, you know, your job's a little bit psychiatrist to like dig around. 3 months ago they were in a room and they felt passionate about this thing. A lot of time has gone past and you've got to take them back to that spark that set them off, that little train of thought, what they were thinking. And they're all saying they don't know. Within 10 minutes I can get them going, oh my god, it's about that. And, you know, some will come in and go, it's about that, and it's quite blatant, so you have to change it into something else. But, you know, sometimes I think you want to try to find the heart of something, you know, not go with fashion.
Which is very difficult, because actually, I mean, from my own, you know, experiences, you know, sort of similar terrains as you with this, there's no one really at labels who really thinks about visual image beyond the kind of confines of what might look cool on Instagram. There's no narrative spinners, are there? There's no, I don't know.
I think the biggest thing is a lot of people trying to look after their jobs and not rock the boat more than anything. And that goes for probably a lot of that sort of world and people in that position. But I think, you know, I think now and then someone gets through that's really good, but I don't think there's the freedom. I think there's a lot of, like everything else in our lives now, is very micromanaged, and everything's sort of like, you know, someone's always got an answer. Some bands actually bought into the idea of a record company know what they're doing. It's not fucking chance. You know, while they claim, oh, look at all our successful things, they don't happen to mention the fucking couple of hundred they fucked up and screwed up, and people was like mentally ill because of it and fucking sick, or, you know, it's like one of the things I've noticed, because I've been doing it 14 years or something, and is I do a lot of people's very early work, like their first couple of videos, 2 or 3, and then they go off and work with majors, and they shouldn't be involved with me in that, because it's about a time where you want to, you know, test some of them things and, you know, trust some people and go down these journeys. But, you know, I find there's a lost little period of videos where there are a lot of other people's ideas put upon you. I've made enough videos at this point to not have to, like, service myself in the way of, oh, right, I've got this amazing fucking idea and this is going to be the thing that makes me special. You know, I've made some fucking videos and I'm happy to lend my skills to the thing that, you know, you need. And I want discussion about, you know, that, you know, more than anything, more than like this done really well last week for this band, let's do this. And I think there's a lot of that, and like following, you know, you're just at the back of a fucking queue. The internet's fucking harsh place, and like, you know, you've got to be original on that, because, you know, I remember my first like 10 videos, watching every single one of them just be stolen.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Alexander Michaels. Alexander Michaels.
You know, for Hot FM advert, for some French band with David Askew and Nick, I'll think of their name, and, you know, stole the whole video to the point it didn't even make sense for the song they stole it for.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's because I don't try to promote myself too much. I fly under the radar. I'm not pushing everything. I just do the thing I'm meant to do. And, you know, so everyone thinks, oh, no one's watching him. I can steal his shit. And, you know, you see a lot of it. I have friends that will take pictures on a video set where my photography makes up like 90% of the mood board.
Yeah.
And it's like, you could have got me to do that job then.
Yeah.
It's weird, but it's sort of like you've got to be flattered by it, or, you know, you try. Ideas are 10 a penny.
Yeah.
If you've only got a couple, you've got to still, you know. But I'm interested in keeping it interesting for me.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also, I think, what works to, like, for me, music video, all that music videos are actually doing is trying to find the atmosphere of the song and visualise it.
You would hope, yeah. And I would say, like, there's probably 50% of directors don't understand music.
Yeah, well, that's half the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, like, look at the cuts and the way things are just like shit floating over the top of a bit of music. I don't even know what it is. And I look and I'm just like, yeah, you put a couple of ideas together. DOP's just shooting on wide lens, light for a wide shot. Just shoot a fucking series of wide shots and shot them together. Ain't a fucking music video.
No.
What did you learn from it? You know?
Yeah.
That's the thing, it's like, this is fucking soulless bollocks unless you're learning. You know, because bottom line, the majority of it is selling something.
Sure.
It's hard to raise the funds to be able to, like, pick a camera up in a commercial way or do something interesting and get people involved without, you know, someone else's money. And, you know, that goes, you know, from the bottom to the top as well.
I think what we have to do, because the chat that runs this page was like, keep the videos not too long, but we can talk forever, someone will watch. But I'll tell you what would be quite nice to see is that video you did for that band where you were given a sum of money and that was that, and what you see on screen is how you spent it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. I think that represents your...
Yeah, that was, yeah. I found that an interesting thing. People really bought into that. They thought it was real and I was really disrespectful.
Yeah.
And again, it's just a safe time.
Yeah.
Like on a tripod, and, you know, the work is, you know, these are all just friends, like, just hanging around.
Should we, I'm just trying to think, your screen, could it go slightly further, slightly further back? Would that get, yeah, there we go. Yeah, perfect. Great, and I think you could probably have audio.
I have audio. Don't know how to use this thing. So the band just asked me to make a video, and they went, "We can do anything you like if you make a video." And I just said, "Okay, we're going to do this." I think they had £1,500. People genuinely thought I'd pissed away 15 grand on this. It was just like, people were so angry. They were saying I was disrespectful to music, and like, I didn't even want to tell anyone. And these are just fucking, we just visited a suite in a hotel in the basement, and these are all friends.
Yeah, exactly. Trickery. I mean, it's the art, the illusion of music video.
Yeah, it was just hysterical. It was like, so we're, like me and Mike who edited it, are sat literally behind the camera behind. We're the only people that are straight through this whole video, and it's fucking carnage in the next room, and you just like, people actually like get poured into cabs at the end of the day. And there's, like, it was weird how there's an ambulance. It's an ambulance. People turn up at the end, and they're actually real.
Oh wow!
And someone knew someone, and we had to do it. They would leave their shift at 6 o'clock or something, and the whole thing had to be timed, so they'd be going back up to obviously shot and bright enough to the hospital, and so they pop in and just do this little scene. And people just like were meant to pop in for fucking 10 minutes, and like they just stayed all day and had a party. There's a whole kitchen and bedroom to the to the right of this, and they're all in there all day just peeking around the corner. And then somewhere on the internet there's a time lapse of this and the other room.
Wow.
I mean, it's just like it's ridiculous. It's like. But yeah, I liked it because it upset everyone.
Yeah, fantastic.
I made another video for these guys and got in a whole load of shit with it. They shoot like probably 20 people with a sniper rifle in a one-shot video, and like pretty much the day after it goes out, someone obviously in American school goes and shoots everyone, and I get the blame for it all. Like it gets posted on promo news as Glashier's Columbine-esque. Every news agency must have a like search word up for Columbine-esque.
Oh,
so I'm all over everything in the middle of all this shit, and you're just like, but yeah, it's sort of, yeah. I think this is really, it's probably my third video.
Right. Yeah. It's like Van Gogh once said, never ignore, quick work that takes you quickly, but, you can translate that as never ignore early work. There's something, we're not as cynical at that point. There's a lot more kind of hope and, the fuel that makes these difficult things come to life.
Yeah, it was fun. It's like, that's the main thing for me. It's like, people spend a lot of money on these things, and I think, you want to have a nice day and come away with something that's a memorable thing and have some relationship with you, I think that's all you can fucking hope for in most of these things.
Yeah. Exactly. But it's funny now, because obviously we're all sort of now forced to take stock, to look backwards, to almost appreciate the fact that we can run outdoors in a completely different way, because we have no idea when that might be possible again. Which is a real...
Tomorrow for me, by the way.
Oh, right. Well, Angela Merkel.
Yeah, the beauty of living in a civilized country.
Well, yeah, we won't delve into politics too much.
No.
Yeah, I'm a little bit envious. Well, I mean, I guess... Fuck knows. I mean, there's lots of things that need editing. There's lots of stuff that needs organising. From my perspective,
I've been in a couple of weeks longer than England anyway, so it was I managed to squeeze in a couple of shoots before, as we knew it was coming, and I start shooting again tomorrow. But it's going to be weird for a bit.
Yeah, it definitely is going to be. I mean, I can only dream of that lovely place that we caught up at, the Petit Hermitage in West Hollywood.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Yeah. One day.
One day.
Well, maybe not America, but I don't know.
No, yeah. I remember what it was called.
Yeah, we'll see.
Thank you so much for talking to us art page.
Thank you very much.
I think I think the funny thing is when you started to now, so many people are what you would call multidisciplinary artists because of the internet.
Yeah.
Because of cheap technology. So, this page is dominated by people that like, painters, but ultimately, the lines are getting blurred and blurred, and so much of the process of making a music video is visualizing in the same way that a painter's, using his watchful eye, like Edward Hopper.
Yeah, it's incredible that sort of one of my last posts on my Instagram is this girl looking in the mirror and there's 3 shots, and yesterday someone locked up, they were painting people's Instagram pages, and this girl had done a little watercolour picture of one of my things, and it took me a minute to get my head around what it was, and I was looking and it was like, oh my god, it's my Instagram page on watercolour, and she had to be so abstract because there was so much colour and stuff in there, and as soon as you get it, it was just, and that's an incredible skill to, I know I use a lot of technology to get anything I've got across, where, illustrators, painters and that, sculpture is like an amazing skill.
Yeah.
Like something I have nothing of. I'm not that guy. I can't, draw a picture.
I think there's many ways to draw a picture, though, isn't it? Thankfully, so chacun son tour, as the French would say.
Yeah, I think it's just they're the ones at the moment that rule because they all can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no excuses at the moment for artists to not be productive.
No, it's amazing. I've seen a lot of stuff that I've probably seen more of that over the last 6 weeks than I have of anything else, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time to be sharing and what have you. So
yeah, amazing.
I will let you go, good sir. I have a pie in the oven. I'm going to take off this polyester piece of shit.
Yeah, it's warm up now.
Yeah, so what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and film this, and then that will be able to be put on IGTV, so it'll be a record.
Okay.
So we'll keep you posted. But thank you so much for talking.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Nice one. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, everybody. Well, thank you very much for watching on the first episode on my takeover this week. So I'm going to be speaking to a lovely artist from Bilbao, to Victoria technically, but I think she might be Bilbao. I'm not sure. Actually, she's in Marbella, called Gala Noor, who's quite painterly for all the painterly types out there on this page. So we're going to have a chat Wednesday evening, I believe. I think at 8 p.m. So yeah, I think try and do it at the same time. Maybe internet's quicker and stuff. So yeah, thank you very much. Good evening.